Hey everyone, welcome to Sunday Collector Showcase. This week, me and Ryan are going to be talking about the Toy Biz X-Men line. What we loved about them, the cartoon, the games that we got, everything else in between. So we hope you guys enjoy this discussion. So Ryan, what was your first memory of the X-Men toys or just X-Men in general?
So let me let you know a little bit about myself. So I am Richard Ryan. I do a YouTube channel of 80s, 90s based nostalgia content from toys to games. I'm live every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, taking your retro game requests and taking song cover requests. So first memories, uh, X-Men animated series, taping every episode, loving it. Wearing the tapes out that I had them on, seeing the Toy Biz figures at KB Toys. Like I saw all my figures because that was my go-to store in the mall locally. And always loving the Uncanny X-Men series of comics, which to this day I still have probably about 300 of them because that's my biggest collection of Uncanny X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine, I think I have the first 100 issues of Wolverine. But yeah, I mean, it's what's cooler than X-Men? And I mean, even playing the arcade game back in the day, the 4-player, which I'm still dying to get that one up if it ever goes on sale. But yeah, everything X-Men, all good, all fun. How about the Pride of the X-Men VHS?
Oh yeah, the VHS, right? Dude, that was great. That was, I mean, that's could have been the cartoon we got. But yeah, for me, it was my dad. Like, that was one of the many books he enjoyed reading, and getting to see his enthusiasm help my enthusiasm for the brand. And I remember, like, my favorite X-Men at the time was Cyclops, and I loved Nightcrawler and Iceman and Angel. And these characters were great because I didn't really necessarily collect the comics. I did collect the comics that were based on the cartoon at the time, but I would read my dad's comics, I absorbed the knowledge of these characters through when we would role play and play the Marvel superhero role-playing game. And yeah, I mean, to that X-Men 6-player arcade, I'd love to have that. I remember when it first released, we went there with like my dad, my Uncle Colin, me and my sister, and like Mark, which was one of my dad's friends, and like 2 other people, and we had like a full 6 playing until we beat that game. And it was just like one of those ones that became so iconic.
You know what made X-Men Arcade pop so much too? Is the power-ups were literally like fireworks on the screen. I mean, when you'd have Wolverine, with the claw attack, when you'd have Cyclops go and it would just
blast, and then Colossus doing.
And yeah, I mixed up Cyclops.
No, you're good. You're good. It's all right.
Any of them, like how about Nightcrawler? He would kind of do that.
Yeah, teleport across the screen. Yeah, definitely.
Like almost like a rainbow color effect that like it jumped off the screen. All of those like it was like fireworks on it, and it made that arcade stand out because it's like, when you're playing, when you're like next to like a Final Fight, or yeah, those games look cool, but like I think it made those power-ups really made that you want to put a token in that machine.
Oh yeah, don't even forget about the fact that like you had like 2 to 3 screens just for the length of the game. So like you could have the 6 players on the screen at the time. You had the opening cutscene that was all animated. Of course, this was themed after the Pride of the X-Men, but even though we had the X-Men cartoon at that time, which was more the Jim Lee stuff,
we take for granted too that these days, then seeing a cartoon and being able to play what looked just like the cartoon, whether it was Simpsons or X-Men, was not that common then. This was like a big deal that it looked like you were playing the cartoon when you played that game, and that was that's something we take for granted today. It's just
Mhm.
it's expected, right? But it wasn't expected when you like would walk up to that machine back then and be able to play your favorite X-Men character.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, you think of arcades at the time, this is definitely one that broke the mold of what was established for arcade games, and it's so iconic in our minds that we all played this thing, whether it was at a tilt or an arcade like Super Track or whatever you had in your area, or even just going to Chuck E. Cheese, because I remember like at Chuck E. Cheese had the 4-player one, not the 6-player. But yeah, I mean, this game defined what a beat 'em up was for the longest time, and everyone tried to copy what was going on with that stuff. But yeah, and then we had the cartoon was so big. Of course, we didn't have the movie or anything, but like that 90s comic run was iconic. I mean, of course, it was the birth of what we talked about, like with the Image stuff, the whole speculator market. There was multiple issues. You had the lenticular covers, the holographic colors, the ones that were had that chrome finish for like Wolverine's claws, and it was just the hype of like wanting to be a mutant and enjoying this stuff. And we've talked about Spider-Man and Spawn, which are both comic book characters. Now we're into the X-Men, and it branches even more.
You know how happy I was that Wolverine got like 7 variants in the
Yeah.
ToyBiz line?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted every one.
Oh yeah.
And everyone looked cool. Everyone looked cool until they got like into like maybe the space Wolverine, which was a little bit like, what the fuck? Like, some of those looked a little stupid. But like the first 5 or so were gold. They all looked so awesome, and I wanted every version, which I luckily acquired later in life. I have every version now, but on card. But that was one that was like a must-have for me. Just seeing, and like you didn't even know because we didn't have a reference point. So like you would go into a comic store, a KB, and be like, "There's another version of Wolverine. I need that too." And then we're gonna see on from the websites that we go through for the guides that there was even KB Toy Store exclusives of Wolverine versions with different color schemes. So this was a very wide and varied ToyBiz X-Men line here of so many figures, so many characters. It's hard to even keep track of them all.
And something my dad's bringing up right now, it was funny that it was in the when it was in the arcade, it was the first thing you would hear because of X-Men or Magneto, and it was just like really boom. That was another thing. Besides Missile Command, Explosion, and Defender. Let me see. Hey Ash, I hope everyone is doing well this Saturday evening. Yes, we are. Thanks for jumping in. But yeah, man, let's get into the figures here. So, quite a bit of stuff here for this site. Talking about the different lines and everything. You even got KB exclusives, the Canadian line. But we're going to go into the actual series. And that first wave of figures. So, you got Apocalypse here. You can close this nonsense, please.
The coolest version of Apocalypse came later than this one. This one's a little bit.
Yes, you're 100% right.
This was like the Apocalypse with like an eating disorder or something, like a thinned out lanky. This is the lanky Apocalypse.
Well, he's definitely very thin, but his feature was his growth ability, which was like you just pop the arms and the legs, and it kind of extended with these thin rods.
Kind of like Extendar with Motu.
I mean, it was an okay representation of the figure. I mean, this was that first wave of stuff that they were doing for these guys.
Much like the first wave of Cyclops. Remember how many versions we got of him? And they define it by the second or third version with the classic blue and yellow and the visor that lighted up with a battery, which was kind of the ultimate version to be able to have the light up eye. So
Yeah, like my dad said, some of those faces were pretty bad on the Wolverine figures back then. Especially the technical Ninja Wolverine, it's horrible. Or the tactical, sorry. But like, here, this is what was cool, right? So you look at the card art for these figures, they represented like they were a comic book issue. And so you got a good drawing of the characters. I mean, of course, it wasn't like the best at the time, but it worked for what it was. And then, of course, you got the product placement in the back, which was fantastic.
Yeah, the Marvel logo on the top left, like it was almost like a comic.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you got like a brief summary of what the character was, talking about the X-Men. You got your villain characters, your heroes, which is a wide range of the characters, which are almost the ones from Pride of the X-Men. Then you got some vehicles, you got the Danger Room, and then you got the larger figures, and then it gave you the play feature, which just doesn't look appropriate. And then you got this 50% off Marvel Comics subscription, which is something that like we've talked about before. We definitely talked about this between my dad and Colin and them on the podcast, that like when Marvel has been doing these movies, there's not like, hey, here's a free issue of the comic to get them promoted to collect the comic. You know, some people are like, they love this stuff because they watch the cartoon, but they may have not read the comic. But you know, still cool to see that you could get 9 issues for $4.50. That's cheap considering it's $4.50 or more for an issue right now, depending on what you're collecting.
Yeah. You know how hard I had to try when buying all these as an adult to get flat card backs? You know, because you got that bend. Notice the bend even on the sides.
Yep. Did the warping? Either this was either in the sun or it was in some kind of place that had a lot of moisture.
But I spent so much time like browsing eBay listings, not to try to find a mint, but just try to find them so that they sit flat, because they look really annoying. You know, I mean, look at your figures there on the back wall. They make them with a thicker cardboard integrity now.
Yep.
So that they're less likely to do that. But these were a very thin cardboard integrity on these, and they would warp.
Oh yeah. I mean, these are definitely thinner. I mean, it was a thicker cardstock, but it wasn't as thick as what we're getting with some of the newer figures, especially like my Deadpool figure here, or the G.I. Joe 6-inch classified stuff that are coming in the blister packs. But yeah, these didn't stand up to you know, a lot of the weathering, you know, that could happen with these figures. I mean, you look at this Angel figure here, awesome figure.
The Archangel is awesome.
But like, you can definitely tell.
Like this figure.
You can definitely tell that like over time, this stuff would definitely yellow. Like depending on the plastic that it was molded in, or if like you look on the back where he has the little switch for the wings that could, you know, kind of swing back and forth. You can see where it was painted. Like this was probably molded in some other plastic, but at least with ToyBiz, they were kind of trying to match the paint scheme depending on the molds that they were getting. So it wasn't like this 2 tones of blue. You were actually getting a pretty good like quality figure. What's up, Matt?
Was Archangel X Factor?
Yeah. See, this is after he died and Apocalypse turned him into one of his 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Why does X Factor not get enough love? Those comics are pretty cheap to collect for. It's even cheaper than X-Force to collect for. Because like I remember when I bought, not to get too off on a tangent there, but since we got Archangel up there, what do you think it is? Because like I remember getting like a lot of 50 bagged and boarded for maybe like $30 on eBay, like really cheap for a whole lot of factor.
Some of it is the fact that you're dealing with, when you were in the moment, like collecting these things, like you knew this stuff, right? You like in the comics it would say, oh, this story arc may continue here in X Factor, or what other comic they were doing at the time. And you know, So because there was no X Factor cartoon, people may have not have known about it. Like, you're looking at some people may be getting out of this stuff because there's omnibuses that have everything collected in a big volume and stuff, and they don't need to have the individual issues because it's less maintenance, less worrying about having to do bag and boards and stuff over time. Let me see. Chat goes, when Apocalypse first came out in the comics, he wasn't that big, huge dude that most people know him as now. Now he's as big as almost Darkseid. Yeah, that's true. I love this toy line so much, says Matt.
Yeah, Matt's a big fan too.
Just storing them in boxes would cause them to bend, because any kind of slight thing could make them definitely cause some issues. And then see, we got what's good, Mr. Shooter, and then Bash is greeting people again. Let's see the new people that are popping in. Matt Moses, glad that you can make it, was from you. Oh, Wubs is here. Cat Mystique action figure into Christina Hendricks. Turn into Christina Hendricks if I don't want my money back. That's hilarious. But so this is gonna be annoying with this site. It's okay because it was better last time. All right, so we got Colossus here. I remember this character very, very well. My dad had him. He just had this weird friggin' plastic.
Yeah.
Weight. That was his. Yeah, that was his thing. It's like he's not. Of course.
The Arnold of the X-Men line.
The Arnold. Yes, exactly. He's got that blue hair.
So this, just from knowing from my own collection, the packaging for Colossus and the packaging for Cable was very stuck out a lot. So kind of like the weight of the card. Usually these are bent on card.
Oh yeah, definitely, because especially depending on the plastic.
Look at that! Like, you enlarge that card back. Like, look at how much that protrudes from the front.
It's pretty enlarged on my screen, but
this is the kind of shit that we're gonna point out too, because we have these in our collection. So the extra detail you're gonna get, and you're not gonna get this on another video, that if you buy this on card, you're gonna have a really troubled time getting this on a flat card back, because look how much the weight. Yeah, even on that, you can see on the top.
And you see at the top it's warped there. You can see where there's a crease right there between the top of where the blister is, right over at Power Lift Action. Which is so weird that you would do this. It's like, oh, he's strong, but I would have loved a bent gun like this as his prop,
Yeah.
But then you're right here, right at the ToyBiz logo, you got the bend on the right, bottom left, and you got on the bottom right, and then the left you got this completely folded.
And people are gonna be and some people may say that are a non-collector. Ryan, why do I give a shit about the size of a bubble on a card back? Well, because this line looks so good on card, you usually want to keep them on card and not open these, because it looks so awesome. I mean, when you just feel bad when you rip open one of these, because just the card art's so good on these. There's toy lines where we see you're not gonna feel that bad opening them up, whatever. This ToyBiz line, the art's so good on these.
Oh,
you feel bad ripping these open.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so this one here was this figure for Cyclops. He had the ability to light up his visor, so he had batteries in him. I remember my dad getting 2 of these and then painting him to look like what he looked at the time in his normal X-Men outfit, not the X Factor. And then they ended up doing that. They just took this same figure.
He's got the 3 versions: the white and the blue.
Correct.
He's got the blue and the yellow. And then he's got the later version where his hair's out, not just I like the 3rd version where his hair's out, because he doesn't look like a fucking Michael Phelps Olympic swimmer. You know what I'm saying? In this, he looks a little bit like a scuba diver, bro. So I prefer the version with the hair out, the unmasked Cyclops. I prefer that over Scuba Steve Cyclops.
Scuba Steve Cyclops. Oh man, that's gonna be great. So what was funny though was I was trying to mention is that like this figure here, they just repainted him and packaged him. Like the actual X on him is actually molded into the figure. It's sculpted into him, and they just painted it, right? So like when they did later versions of this figure, you would still see the X on the figure, and my dad was so pissed off. It's like, why can't they just change the mold for this figure? Oh, and then, so my dad said that he died during Mutant Massacre, and didn't come back until he was revealed as one of Apocalypse 4 Horsemen. Let's see. But yeah, still a cool feature.
Going on with the whole... By the way, can we do like a little offshoot here? What the fuck was going on with the soap opera like love triangle with Cyclops, Wolverine, and Jean Grey? Like, what was going on there? Were they both hitting that? Was she giving booty to one or the other? What was what was going on?
It seemed like it. I mean, like, I don't know, maybe Wolverine was taking her out, but wasn't able to persuade her.
That's why Wolverine was always angsty and angry. He didn't get that Jean Grey butt, but Cyclops was getting it.
Definitely schnooking her. Yeah. Here you go. The Juggernaut.
You could sense it even in the animated show, the love triangle there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it was in the comics too. I mean, that's why they did it. You know, hey, at least, you know, he was, you know.
Was Gambit tapping Rogue? The Rogue booty?
I don't know. Dad, you could probably answer that question. But yeah, here you go. You got Juggernaut.
I love this figure.
He definitely should have been bigger. But yeah, this figure was really cool. And it's so weird that he had this battling ram that you just put on top of him. This thing here.
Tank head.
To make it to where he can just ram into things. It looked like, you know, it looked like it was something left over that should have been used for Ram Man for Motu.
His little accessory looks like he's gonna mow the lawn or something, doesn't it? It looks like he's gonna just like...
Yeah, or it's like
it's a
jetpack, like he could fly with it or something.
Looks like he's gonna do some landscaping with that, you know, like
I don't know. Maybe he felt like he was going to try to drive a car. That's the only thing he could just run.
I think maybe in the commercial, did he use it almost like a battering ram? Like
he did. He used it as a battering ram. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was the whole thing. Is like he just used his head as a battering ram, not this extra accessory. So it's just a missed opportunity. You could have gave him a pole that could have been bent, whatever, you know. Maybe a crushed wheelchair, going after his brother.
Juggernaut would have been an intimidating wrestler, you know?
Oh, yeah,
and he came that in a WWF back in the day.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, we got Vinnie Jones doing him. He was technically the wrong person. Vinnie Jones is great. Don't get me wrong. I love the movies he's in. But, like, there should have been somebody else playing the Juggernaut. I mean, you can't forget the whole the skits that we had on early YouTube about I'm the Juggernaut. But let me see. So Vash says the endless zingers from Ryan. That's so true. In the comic, Gambit got the little boy mutant known as Leech to zap their power so they could hook up. There you go.
Oh.
Definitely not made for kids.
Yeah, right. Juggernaut, it's one of my favorite figures, the Juggernaut figure.
Sorry, all right, here we go. We got Magneto over here.
We haven't gotten to any I don't like yet. As we go along in the lines, I'm going to keep it real, shots fired if I don't like a figure. And I've liked them all so far.
Oh yeah, these are all great.
Classic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You got the magnets of all his magnetism parts that you can show that he can levitate or do stuff with. I mean the hood that could come off. I mean his helmet.
God, you know what would have made a good a good Magneto? Malcolm McDowell.
Oh yeah, definitely. But he's still like, I get it, right? You know, because in the comic and in the cartoon, they made him like he was this, you know, he was ripped. But you know, Magneto didn't need to have strength. He had the ability of magnetism. He could fly. He could manipulate all that stuff.
What do you think, Floyd, of Malcolm McDowell as Magneto? He's even got kind of like that. Look at the figure. He's kind of got that like.
Oh yeah, he does. He definitely has that I mean.
Without.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me see. I hated the BS love triangle between Scott, Jean, and Logan. Great show and info. Great radio show. Thanks, Vash. But yeah, he had magnet. That was the other thing. He had magnet in his hands, so like the parts had magnets, so it would fit in him, or fit in his hands. But like, just look at the card art, man. Like that's a great picture of Magneto. It pops. It gives you.
So now, are we going to differentiate? Because it seems like the villains get the purple cards.
That is true. And the heroes got the more reddish orange cards. Yeah.
Differentiated. Man, what great card art on this too. This is just like, this is like, at this time, a comic book collector's wet dream. The way these figures looked on the card backs. This was like.
I can tell you, yeah, that's 100% true. Watching my dad like wanting to pick up these figures and have them on his shelf, and because like back then he had the Mego figures, and or before this, and then he had the Secret War stuff, and then like ToyBiz was popping with these figures. And if they didn't have a figure he wanted, he would make it out of other figures in this line. But yeah, I mean. You got Magneto. I guess apparently there was 2 variant versions of him. Speaking of Nightcrawler, which we were talking about earlier, let's get rid of the ads here.
By the way, Magneto and Cable making gray-haired dudes look cool. Am I right?
Yeah, dude.
Making them virile, still threatening, still macho, you know?
Yep. So here you go. You got a really good Nightcrawler figure, and I remember my dad cutting off the suction cups off his figure.
Suction cups too, like it's a fucking Garfield to stick on your car.
Yeah. I know. I always thought that maybe someone did that, but you can definitely tell like that was a translucent plastic, but over time because of the oxidation and then being probably exposed to the sun, it went yellow. And that shit happened with some of the plastics at the time. Of course, he had his bendable tail.
What was Nightcrawler's voice? What was the accent that he had? It was almost like a.
I thought it was German.
Yeah, he had a very interesting voice. That stands out, you know.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Dad. I thought it was German, isn't it? But yeah, you know, you had this really cool. Like, I mean, each figure had to have a gambit. I mean, not a gambit, but a gimmick.
And what was Gambit's voice? What accent is that?
Cajun. It's from
Cajun.
Yeah.
Was Nightcrawler Cajun though? Was his accent Cajun?
No.
Now I didn't see a lot of people with these motorcycles.
No. I mean, come on. Wolverine Claw motorcycle. Yes, let's go. Actually, so, all right. So my dad says that she never hooked up with Logan until after Scott had psychic affair with Scott Summers Frost.
This is great because Floyd is 100%. Well, we know he had a comic book store, but he is our comic book man advisors. Remember that guy in Comic Book Man, Kevin Smith's show?
Oh,
that
dude.
They'd always go.
Yeah. I can't remember his name, but we talked about him like years ago. How like awesome he was, and then like
he's got the Floyd look with the beard. But the real guy that would always tell the best stories was usually the guy with the goatee or the owner with the brown hair. Brian
Quinn and Brian and
Walt Flanagan.
Walt Flanagan, yeah, those two guys. Emma Frost. Okay, Emma Frost. There you go. Let me see.
Floyd is our advisor for when we both need a little extra detail. He's our comic book advisor that we refer to. Our Walt Flanagan.
He's my guru for our walking encyclopedia that I have.
By the way, when we canceled Comic Book Men, I was fucking pissed. I love that show. That was like they took the Pawn Stars kind of style, but they, in a comic store, and then they would usually have like a cool. They would go to somebody's house that like had a Batman themed movie theater, or like they would have what's the original Batman? They'd have him come with the Batmobile to make an appearance.
Oh, Adam West. Yeah, exactly. I mean, even though I know a lot of the show was staged, but what they did was they filtered out what people would bring in, and it just like I love their conversations between the four of them. I mean, it was a really good show, and I do miss it. I mean, it was something to watch at the time. And then I don't know
that we would have got a Toys That Made Us without Comic Book Men.
No, or that other show that was like Toy Hunters. Toy Hunters was really good too.
Yeah, I just have to say it's not that related, but Comic Book Men, man, I really missed that show. What was that show on? What network?
A&E or yeah, I think so. Or A&E. I think it was on A&E.
I think it went like a good 6 seasons though. It did all right for a while.
So this one was cool because you had the little switch. Of course, it's another one that used batteries that I'm pretty sure have corroded inside these figures. And then you have her Storm, the lightning bolt on her chest would light up.
Is this Storm or is this Tina Turner from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome?
Gonna need another hero. I don't want another hero. Yeah, there you go. Let me see. So back in the day when we used to pretend to cast these kind of, that's the thing. You guys don't know this. Like me and my dad and our friends would sit there and celebrity cast every, like if there was a movie that we wanted to see from based on a comic or cartoon or whatever, we would pick all these things and we would just have this like hour-long session of like who we would choose, and it's just funny. We still do it today. We should probably do it and have it recorded, but he just said that Malcolm McDowell or Jeremy Irons he felt was would have been perfect for Magneto. And then we did get to meet a couple of the guys from Comic Book Men at some of the cons. Like I know Mean, we got to meet, and I think Brian we got to meet. But yeah, just this was a really cool figure. Then they did the variant of this one, which was her white costume. I mean, this is almost reminiscent of her whenever she had the punker hair. Yeah. As far as the costume, the leather black and everything like that.
She kind of got like the haircut where like you shave the sides, almost like that chick from what was the I Want Candy video? Remember that girl that shaved the sides of her head?
Yeah.
I Want.
I'm trying to remember who that is at the moment. My brain's blanking. But of course, here you go, guys. This is the figure that most people started wondering. I know that my dad wanted this figure a lot, and that is Logan Wolverine himself, and he looks awful in the face. But then like the mask, it was like instead of, because they didn't have it to where you can mold him with.
I don't mind. I gotta disagree with you. I don't mind this face.
No, and it's okay. I mean, to me, yeah, I know. I mean, we got definitely better figures of Logan later on in this line. It was just one of those things. I don't know. For me and my dad, it was just so weird. And then the extending.
Everybody would use this, and it also becomes a ring, right? That's the thing about it.
It becomes a Wolverine wing of his mask.
But everybody loves this one. This was a big seller.
Oh yeah,
you see this Wolverine figure in all kinds of lots on eBay. You'll be looking at a lot of toys from some other line, and they'll throw in like this Wolverine, because this was a big fucking seller.
Oh, it was. I mean, this is one that was. It wasn't hard to find on the shelves. It was...
Now that I have to note the claws were spring loaded.
Mm-hmm.
They would pull back, and snap in a locked position until you would click them out and they'd snap out.
Yeah, they had this like flag cut out, like it was like a little box with a line where the track of the claws would go, and you'd pull it up and you would lock it into place where it wouldn't.
There's a little spring in his arm
Mm-hmm.
that would keep it locked back.
But of course,
this was a favorite figure.
Yeah, this is and of course this is my dad's favorite costume for Wolverine.
Yeah,
the tan and brown. Snap out claws. Yeah. The best of what he does. All right, let me see. But yeah, this is definitely.
He says Brian Johnson.
Yep, Brian Johnson, Ming Chen. Yep. Those are the ones that always made the rounds.
I gotta say, Floyd, the Ming guy drove me crazy though, because he was always kind of spastic, and they were always kind of teasing him, and he was screwing something up all the time. The Ming guy kind of drove me crazy. He was like that annoying intern in any business that's just like screwing up the coffee order. He's like that guy. But I like the rest of the staff.
So, and this is when we start getting into where we're making figures that are more based on the cartoon a bit, and in some of the comic versions of them, because like, you know, Banshee wasn't on the show just yet. You hadn't had Iceman on there. It was predominantly the Jim Lee X-Men at that time. But
what stands out immediately in Series 2? Look how much they realized that Wolverine was a big seller. We get fucking how many variations already? Then they give us 3 in this?
Yeah, well, you get variants. You got the blue legs. You got the standard. So his that second outfit he wore, that was more towards what we got in the cartoon. This was, I think, more towards the comic at one point. And then you got 2 variants for that. So you had basically 3 Wolverines in a variant in this line.
This is awesome.
So, Banshee, of course.
Then we got the Weapon X Wolverine. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant to give us that version.
What's up, Eris? Let's see. We're doing pretty good, man. How's your Sunday going? So of course, with Banshee here, you blew into him. He had a whistle feature on his chest, so it was performing like his scream.
I don't appreciate with his cape though. It's almost like one of those cheap army men you parachute in with.
Yes.
A little too.
On top of that, you lose part of the articulation of the figure just because of the gimmick, right? Where he folds out to the side, and it's attached like. The plastic is attached into the arm, so it gives him that part of the flight, which is because of his ability with the screaming. But yeah, I mean, it was still a good representation of the figure that hadn't come out before. You're starting to get to see and then look at the back of the card, right? At this point in time, you're getting Marvel superheroes, right? So we're getting a Spider-Man, Punisher, the Hulk. Venom. This is the Venom that had the ooze that was squeezed out of him. Another Wolverine. Basically, they re-released the Wolverine, Magneto, and Cyclops. Then we got X-Factor, right? Cable, Wolfsbane, and all them.
X-Force.
Yeah. Sorry, X-Force. X-Men, and then more of the X-Men figures.
I'm trying to see if there's any figures I don't like in here.
It's hard not to like these figures. They were really, really good figures.
Yeah.
I mean, if we didn't get these, we would have probably never gotten the Marvel Legend figures at the time. You got 2 different forges.
That's my only pick. I think the Banshee should have had more integrity to the cape on that one than like a parachute soldier.
Well, yeah. Look at Forge here, right? So, at least you have 1-2 points of articulation. With that Banshee figure, it only goes out one direction. So there's 1 point. You're losing any kind of playability with this figure other than the gimmick that he's designed with. I always thought this figure was cool because of the translucent, his metal leg and everything.
Who would have been good to play him? Who does he look like? Who would have been good to?
Well, what? Like,
Javier Bardem or something.
probably. Or no, well, if you're looking at, hold on, let me see if I can get a good picture of it. I mean, he's got that Burt Reynolds, Tom Selleck mustache there.
Forge.
Yeah, when Jim Lee did his run of the book. What's up? Go ahead, Ryan.
I can't. So we get to There's a figure called Chode, Vince.
I know. We'll get to Chode here in a moment. We'll get to that Chode here in a moment.
That's gonna be the epic moment when we get to Chode.
We jump in the shark there, even though he was a character in the comic, All right, it's just his name. Let me see. When Jim Lee did his run of the book, he had all the characters wearing the variants of the original costumes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the Gambit jacket either. It's too thin and shitty.
Well, that's that plastic
crap,
like
trash bag,
heat sealed freaking trench coat, and then
it's like we're giving Gambit like a rain slicker. Like that's like what we're giving.
Yeah, exactly. And the worst thing about it is
they would be free at Disney World when it rains. Like they give you one of those, like so you don't get wet.
Dude, the worst thing about it is the fact that like, the top of the trench coat is actually molded on the figure. So like you need the trench coat to complete the look. If not, he just has this weird flare.
Terrible
on his outfit.
Bro, it's homeless Gambit. It's like body bag Gambit. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's Bruce Willis and Unbreakable look. I mean, it was still cool to have the figure, but geez, man, like that's horrible. I mean, they did that to Star Wars at first, and then they started doing the cloth stuff too, which made it a lot better. But like, mold the character with the trench coat on. Oh, it's a blurry picture of his figures here. But all right, so let's see. This was one of my favorite figures, of course. I love Iceman.
What's up with the one Gambit card back? Is one just like sun faded as fuck? What's up with the one that looks like bleached?
Well, yeah, that's sun faded. That's definitely sun faded.
Jesus. Why would that person even upload their version? Throw that, like, just open that up.
I don't know. That. Maybe that was one of the figures they had. They were using for reference for this site, or this happened to be in somebody's shop. That just sat in a window for forever.
Oh my God! Okay. This is perfect, guys. If you have a card back that looks like this, for the love of God, just open them up and keep them loose. Toss that out. Good Lord.
Well, look, you can see where the adhesive came off the blister on the card pack, and they had to staple it to seal it shut. It's like
that screams like I've been sitting for sale at a flea market for 12 years, and along with some faded DVDs. That's like what that says to me right there.
All right, this is what happens when Frosty the Snowman forms himself out of pea snow. Unfortunately, as cool as the clear plastic figures were, they do this, the yellowing. And it sucks. Yeah. But one of the coolest things that, like, I didn't even know or understand the feature of this figure, though, was the fact that you were supposed to...
Pee-pee Snow Iceman?
Yeah, Pee-pee Snow Iceman. That's right. That's right.
Who urinated on Iceman?
Oh, man. All right, so here you go. He's nice and clear like he was in the back in the day. What was cool was you put the figure on the pegs, filled this up with water, and put it in your freezer. Then once it froze, you took it out and you could put it on any kind of surface that was, smooth, and he would slide across the table or whatever it was.
Iceman looking like when, like, your your like your Coke, is it like at the bottom of the glass?
Yeah, but
And,
it's
like,
at the it's at the end. Everything has been diluted. The water has like the ice has slowly diluted the what the Coke mixture that's
and you
left.
take that last sip, and it just tastes terrible. It tastes like ice a remnant of Coke. That's
oh my
like
gosh, dude.
remnant ice, man. Diluted, no, it's diluted Coke Ice Man.
Diluted
That's
Coke Iceman, yes. More like Glass Man.
Yeah.
I thought Frosty had cream puffs. Oh man. All right, so of course, I think this is the. Hey, that's awesome. That's an advertisement I can get behind some Macross figures. This is where.
Imagine they called it on the box art diluted Coke Iceman.
Diluted Coke Iceman. That'd be hilarious. We need to buy one of those figures and like make it ourselves to do the box and everything. Iceman, formed out of an empty can of Coke with water and ice. And...
Okay, yeah, this is an awesome Magneto right here.
yeah, where they molded the head onto the figure.
Freaking menacing.
Yeah.
Badass.
Why he needs a gun, I don't know, but you know, but he had spark action.
It's badass though. I love it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That just makes me happy seeing this figure.
Well,
That's a good.
To have like, okay, so we had a cloth cape for the first one, then we had a molded plastic one, and Gambit got shafted. Like he just got the hobo plastic trash bag.
Oh, Gambit got Rain Slicker, Disney World Rain Slicker.
Yeah,
I mean, they
But even then, look at this friggin' like the hard art. It's awesome. And then Sauron's about to eat Sinister.
like they gave like Gambit like it'd be like a meter maid on the street giving you a parking ticket, and like what they'd have like a little
the plastic the plastic poncho, the rain slicker. Yeah. Let me see.
Meter maid Gambit.
That was the first run that yellowed. Originally, they had a cool, it freeze, and it would have hidden marks on the Iceman. Yeah, I remember that too, Dad. Dr. Wily's Iceman looks more like now. Well, hold on, let me read this again. Dr. Wily Iceman looks more icy now in comparison. Okay.
Speaking of Iceman, didn't you used to love when like you'd have the ice trays back in the day before they like the refrigerators made ice,
Mm-hmm.
and like that initial crack to make the cubes come out. I used to love that as a kid. I don't know what it is about that. Cracking ice cubes.
Oh yeah,
on
wait,
the tray.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like it's a cool sound.
Mr. Sinister.
Another cool looking character.
Yep, I love that. I always love that cape. So like weird looking, just like almost like how whenever in Full Metal Alchemist, for people that get the reference here, whenever Ed would sit there and make things, it would have this weird shape to the.
Got a little
anything
bit of
he
a
was
Dracula vibe.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely not been hitting the sun lately. Actually, he looks like what was it, Bloodspot or whatever, or Sunspot from like Valiant.
Kind of looks like Sting or the Crow
That's true too.
with a short neck. Flat top Crow.
Yeah, Crow if he was a villain. Mr. Anderson. We missed you.
Yeah, so you screw that back piece off and pop in one of those little circle batteries that it's always hard to tell which one you need.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Dude, they're so gross, like when you pop one of these out that's been in there for 30 years, it's always like rusted and like exploding and
Oh yeah, or it
Corrode.
corrodes around the plastic and stuff. Yeah.
Nasty. But dude, you pop one in and it works again. That's what's amazing. The durability. Because I did that to my Cyclops. I popped out that corroded, rusted fucking circle battery and popped in a new one. And sure enough, lit up. Just like new.
All right, here we go. Sauron, Pterodactyl Man.
Sauron's all right. Not one of my favorites.
It was always cool. I always enjoyed him from the cartoon and in the comic and stuff, and just having like this dinosaur lizard man.
It's a little bit like it's like what do you call it? Like stands out a little, like a third wheel though. Like, you know, as far as like blending in with the rest of the figures.
Oh yeah,
Kinda,
yeah. I mean, he's got definitely going for the lizard look, you know, of course, but he also has that generic henchman kind of feel to him. But he was still a cool figure.
He looked good next to Archangel, who's also got the wings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Moses loves Sauron.
Yep.
Well, Moses loves dinosaurs. You're a Jurassic Park guy. Well, who's not? But
yeah, I'm a Jurassic Park guy. I am too. Oh, I love that stuff. All right, here we go. We got
like Lost World.
We got Sabretooth with battle damage, or I'm sorry, self-healing wounds.
Yeah, I wonder where they got battle damage idea from. Maybe Motu? Anybody? Battle damage He-Man. Battle damage Skeletor.
Yep.
You bet your ass.
Well, you know, the downside to this figure though is like it compromises like any kind of head movement. I mean, you have that gimmick, but I guess because of the way his like the side fur, I mean the fur on his shoulders and his hair.
Sabretooth also looks like he could sing in a hairband.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. I could definitely see Billy Idol playing him with this look here from back in the day. He definitely would be dancing with himself.
With a rebel yell.
Yeah. And going on to a white wedding.
Dude, those were the most epic fights on X-Men animated series. Sabretooth and Wolverine episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Those are brutal.
Well, and considering the fact that, like, you know, of course, we got no talking Sabretooth in the first X-Men movie, other than growls and grunts.
Oh, where the fuck is Sabretooth in the motherfucking X-Men arcade game? He's not in it, is he?
No, I don't think so.
What the fuck is that, dude?
That was because, remember, because it was based off the Pride of the X-Men, so Sabretooth wasn't even in that cartoon.
What's the song we always make fun of? How does it go? The Pride of the X-Men song?
Oh my God, what was it? This is the day. It's the X-Men theme song. It's like, this is the day. What? X-Men saving or something saving the day. I'm like, what the heck is this theme song?
And it always sounded like Places a Game or something. X-Men Places a Game. And then we looked up the lyrics and they don't match at all. It doesn't sound like that at all.
So you got to wonder why they were putting guns with certain characters. It's like Wolverine doesn't need a gun.
Dude, that fucking Pride of the X-Men VHS was so short. I remember it was like 25 minutes, and I kept rewatching it as a kid, and my dad would be like, "Why do you keep watching this?" Because it's like,
because it's awesome.
It was almost, I think it might have been before. No, but it might have been before like X-Men animated series that I had that. So it's like all I had. So I kept just rewatching that shit, and it'd be that song, X-Men Places a Game.
Well, I mean, you gotta remember too, it was the pilot for what would have been the X-Men. So I mean, yeah, of course. I just kind of imagine like how that could have took off had that been it, and then we would have had Australian Wolverine.
Matt, if we do, to be fair,
Matt,
if we do Darkwing Duck, it's gonna be like 20 minutes. The episode.
Well,
it's only like 7 figures.
Well, it'd also have to be where we do a couple Disney lines.
Yes. So, what would be the ones that would be on that?
Probably.
Because there wasn't a DuckTales line. There wasn't a DuckTales action figure line.
No, but like you had, like there was Gummy Bears. I did those miniature figures. You had Gargoyles. Gargoyles would be one of them. So it'd be like Darkwing Duck, Gargoyles. And I'd have to look because I gotta remember. I know there was a couple other ones that had actual figure lines, but they didn't. What, Bonkers maybe? I don't even know if that had a figure line or not.
Oh hell no! I'm not doing Bonkers. I hate Bonkers. Let's get dangerous.
But yeah, here you go. This is the second Wolverine. Of course, they took away the feature where you could actually have the lock the claws in place. These just had like you just push them in and they would just kind of go back and forth. I don't remember they actually stuck at all. I don't think they did. I think they just were like
fantastic paint job though on this.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is your basic look for the Deadpool Wolverine costume. I mean, it's pretty close for what
you know. What you'd be hard pressed to find a lot of figures today with this crisp lines on the paint scheme on this. Look at the crispness.
Oh yeah. This is very clean figure right here. Other than like the bleeding, because you can definitely tell that the plastic around the arms was actually molded in blue and then they painted over it. But look how it matches the color of the other part of the arm.
You'll open a Funko Pop these days, and sometimes you see like the spray paint's not a crisp line.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you spray. Not on this. Look at that.
Yeah, this one's really. Look at this one. You don't even see the bleeding of the paint. Looks really good right here.
Yeah, that's a high tier figure right there for this line.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. So, stream gets dangerous. I see where Matt talked about the fact of us doing the Darkwing Duck line, which we could probably make that happen. Sauron was modeled after Mara.
I want to be clear. Stand right now. There will be no Captain Planet toy episode. I will not do it.
Hey, look, we'll briefly do it with Swamp Thing, and in what other series that happen to be about cleaning the environment. Oh, the Toxic. We'll do Captain Planet, the Toxic Crusader, and Swamp Thing toy line all in one video, and we'll briefly talk about. I'm not going to be there.
I will quit the show, Vince. If we do any Captain Planet show.
Let me see. So, Mahara, the telepathic creature from Edgar Rice Burroughs at the Earth's core, is who Sauron was modeled after. If you do it without me, I'd be offended. LOL. Well, you just have to be here in the chat, bro. We'll let you know when we're doing it, so you don't miss it. I have that Wolverine on card and loose. That's awesome. My dad says that you could do one on 80s Disney cartoon figures. Let's see. Captain Planet, he's not a duck talking trash to Wily Zero. Wait, what song? Never mind. Hey, Colin.
I gotta give you a 1 minute backstory too to also why I hate Captain Planet so much. Sometimes one of my friends, my mom would drop me off at one of her friend's house. That I had a friend there, but all his toys and games were lame. He only had Captain Planet toys, and he only had Bible Adventures NES games. So I said, "Ma, please don't leave me there," because I had other friends that had awesome stuff like Super Nintendo and great action figures. No, his name was Dan Williams. And whenever I went to Dan Williams' house, I'm going to call him by name, all he would have for toys is Captain Planet, and all he would have for NES is Bible Adventures, and good Lord, did I hate it. That's all there was in the house.
But you didn't sneak over video games that you had to play on his system so that you could introduce him to better things? You weren't his savior? You're like, this guy's screwed, I'm out of here.
That would have been smart if I did that, but then I was probably afraid that I'd forget him there, the few games that I had. But yeah, that was such a... Dude, when I had other friends that had epic toy collections, and I go to Dan Williams, and all he had was Captain Planet and Bible Adventures games, that was hell on earth for me, bro.
Welcome, Colin. Share your memories of the X-Men toys. So look at this Wolverine, right? Look, his eyes, one eye is higher than the other. So there's a molding problem with that one. But, I mean, oh yeah, there you go. Wolverine's butt for some random reason. We just want to show the back of his ass. Of course, you got the gun.
Wolfman Wolverine.
You got the freaking cards. And remember, this was when they started doing the cards, which was cool.
Yes,
Marvel Universal card stuff. I feel sorry for you. It reminds me of my elementary. Oh Lord, X-Men toys. They were so hot and hit and miss. Yeah. That's true. Sometimes they were hit and miss. It just depends.
Well, like I'm even critical of like for Wolverine when we get into space suit Wolverine. Just no, Wolverine is not in space. When was he in space, Vince?
Well, he was.
When did Wolverine go to space? Tell me.
X-Men, Children of the Pride of the X-Men. He went into space. That one.
Did he have a spacesuit on? No.
Yeah, actually, I think he did. I think he did have a spacesuit on.
I need to see picture proof of that.
All right, so here you go. You got Gangrene Wolverine, which is his Weapon X version of him. This was a really cool figure. I remember my dad enjoying this one a lot. This was, of course, the first time we got a Wolverine that didn't have the spring-loaded action, and it was actually molded onto the arms or painted.
Kind of like a Kira Wolverine.
Definitely. This is the Tetsuro version.
Tetsuo!
He's like, I'm gonna wipe this guy all over the street.
That pea-brain.
Is that Tetsuo again? That pea-brain. That machine will spit you out. Anyway,
I could ride it.
But of course, you got this really cool card art again of character. Let me see. So, and those Wolverine snap-on claws. Wait, the comic lore. Hey, Floyd.
It's even got computer-controlled anti-lock brakes.
All right, so that's it for that wave. Let's get into wave 3. I mean, you're getting some pretty good... Okay, so apparently wave 3, where they were reissuing stuff. Of course, they did the repaint with Angel here, where he had the silver wings instead of the white ones for Archangel, which is more accurate to comic. Kind of looks like Tron there for some reason. I don't know. My brain's like, hey, look, it's Tron.
Yeah.
Re-release of... And see, here you go. This is what I was talking about. This is where they re-released Cyclops with the same body, same gimmick of the lights. But if you look at this figure closely enough, you can see the X on the figure.
That looks like Storm Shutter's Archangel.
Storm Shutters. He's ready for the hurricane.
Hurricane Shutter's Archangel.
And that was the other thing that was stupid about this, was like the fact that when they did this one, you got the yellow, blue, and red. On the card art, it's still showing the white and blue outfit.
Yep, lazy repaint.
Yep. Of course, my dad took this figure and made the Jim Lee version of it, which was the one we got from the cartoon. Another Juggernaut, this is like where they just kind of like filled in extra characters, but we did get a new Storm. It'll pop up. Still a repaint, but, you know, a little bit more accurate with the figure as far as what you wanted with her. It's not quite the white outfit, but just a reissue. And it's like they were like, I don't know, trying to figure out what they wanted to do, and then they had another Weapon X Wolverine.
Ooh, I do not care for this one with the fucking...
What's up, Jason? Let me see.
All that. The Storm tassels? I don't care for those.
Oh, her little things on the sides, yeah. So, I mean, there's nothing... really new with this line at all, as far as this point with Series 3. And this is kind of like
Yeah.
just reissuing stuff.
It's redundant.
Yeah.
Olympic swimmer Wolverine there.
Yeah, that's why. Oh, yeah, I went in there and looked at him. He's got it's the Weapon X one, but I think we like this one better because of the silver paint on him instead of that weird green. But gangrene Wolverine. All right, we'll move out of that one. We'll move into Series 4. Of course, this is when we got the better Apocalypse. Pull that up real quick, and we'll do. There you go. I'll go ahead and read. Let me see. Did they go into space in a similar fashion like in the comic? I always thought they cheered out. They cheesed out on Angel's Wings. They did, Colin. Great White North has showed up and said hi to everyone. When they went into deep space and fought the Brood, and Carol Danvers became binary. Yep.
That's such a good apocalypse right here. That's a great apocalypse.
Yeah. It is, and it was really cool because, like, you know, you had these extra features for him, like made him have like a drill arm and this different play stuff, which is almost this looks like the Terminator arm from the Kenner line.
I need my apocalypse to be fully roided on HGH. Like full on. You know?
Which you can definitely tell, like, this figure right here looks very, very similar, especially with the tools that are equipped on him. Like the one from X-Men. He's the villain from Street Fighter versus X-Men, right? That version of him where he's giant and he has that drill arm.
Remember the Terminator figures?
Yeah. That's what I was saying about that grip arm looks like the Terminator one. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Let me see. The cheese on Wolverine reissues. Like Wolverine would ever have gangrene. Right, exactly. I have to go to Logan, but I definitely started playing and have a good one. Take care. Later, Aries. Let me see. Hey, Zombie. Welcome, sir. Wish I had been a part of this one. One of my favorite lines. We will definitely have a specific episode for that, Zombie, if we want. Well, we can do a Why We Collect on the X-Men toys deeper. This is just us talking about the line as it was. Of course, here you go. We got Bishop. Awesome character in the show and the comics.
Well, one of the figures is Zombie. Do you know what figure he is?
Which figure?
He's got two variants. You want to let him know, Zombie, what your figure is? It looks just like him. We haven't got to him yet.
We'll get there. You can tell me.
Starts with a W.
You talking about Warpath?
Yep, there you go, Warpath. Zombie's Warpath. He's got two versions. Pull him up, just because he just came in.
Okay.
Let me
Find him.
Zombie. 5. Zombie, do you identify as Warpath version 1 or version 2 in this toy line? We'll see which one he identifies with. I think the 1 is more muscular. I'm going to give him the more muscular version of Warpath. So I think he's going V2 Warpath.
Okay, let me find him because I haven't seen him here.
So I think the first Warpath kind of got some silly shoulder pads that I don't really care for.
There you go. There's your spacesuit, Wolverine.
Oh God.
We'll go to that at some point. We'll go to that one at some point. Hold on.
Don't get me started on fucking NASA Wolverine. God damn it. So stupid.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. Where are you at? We'll find him. Hold on. Give me a moment, guys. We're going on a detour here and seeing other figures, but hey, I've come to Chode twice. There's 2 Chodes now.
Two chodes.
Two chose mutant. What do you? What, I thought he was part of the main series, but apparently he's not. Is he in the Canadian 2-packs? Cyborg Wolverine is hilarious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's more the V2 superior Warpath. I think the first one.
Yeah, let me look it up. Let me look it up. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up here and I'll move it over.
Weird rotating shoulders on the first version of Warpath that I don't. It can look kind of stupid. You should just do a regular Google search for Warpath ToyBiz.
That's what I did. I got it. I was like, I didn't want to do it on screen. I wanted to do it off so I could just move it over. Phase.
Yeah, because one of the Warpaths looks too much like NFL Warpath.
Yeah, that's this one right here, right? He's got the shoulder pads.
I don't care for these shoulder pads. This is kind of like, prom night Warpath, like a prom dress, like with the shoulder pad.
Well, here you go, guys. You can get a Warpath right now, sealed, for $14.99 on eBay.
I don't care for NFL Warpath,
All
but
right.
I like V2
Path. This one where he's even more roided out, but
yeah. Which team you play for? The fucking Buffalo Bills Warpath over here? Linebacker Warpath. Hi.
Oh, jeez. Zombie, please tell me you got both of these figures, because if not, we're gonna have to make this happen.
Okay, how much more macho and badass and threatening is this one? This is the superior Warpath here, way better than NFL Warpath. This is fucking typo negative Warpath, Zom.
Okay, we definitely if Zombie, if you don't have these, we need to get them for you, so we can make that happen. Let me look at chat real quick. Hold on.
So funny.
I'll go back because we just we skipped around.
Yeah, that's typo negative Warpath. He would fucking sing at Ozfest and whoop somebody's ass in the bar, you know?
Right. Or is this the Danzig version? He's gonna sing
Danzig Warpath.
Yes.
Mother.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Wolverine flashes claw, steel. Cyclops turns turn on laser power. Yep. Bishop figure was decent. Yes, he was. A zombie smashing pumpkins. He's like 19.7. No. Anyway,
his power is smashing power punch on the Warpath.
Let's see. When I was a bodybuilder, buff version. Nowadays, the second, if I'm lucky. All Father Bow. Which Warpath? There were two.
I'd kind of like at one point to find what does this exclusive Marvel shirt even look like that you could get.
I don't know.
And it's because I see that on a.
Let me go look. Exclusive. Hold on. Let's see.
So you'd have to Google search like ToyBiz exclusive Marvel shirt offer, and then see what it looked like. Typo negative Warpath.
Oh wow! Oh, is this the vintage one? Hold on, no. See if there's images real quick, and then I can pull it up. I'm only seeing two shirts. They're not what I think they are. Hold on, copy. Come back over here. Click over Warpath. Yeah, there's this one. I don't think that's it. I think that's just the standard shirt. I don't think that's it. Hold on. ToyBiz logo. Inquiring minds would like to know what this would have been.
Yeah.
So I'll have to come back to that at some point. All right. Let me pull up the chat again, and then we can get going. Chiefs, yeah, I used to look like that. I'm looking for the Legends versions, but I do have the ToyBiz on card. So you have both of them, okay?
Imagine if you were a kid that you just like wanted a Wolverine.
Too tall
like
for
a Mad
Danzig.
And you got Chode. All you got was Chode for Christmas.
All right. So hey, look, here we go. All right, so we'll go back to Bishop real quick. So
Bishop is awesome.
Yeah,
the Future War, the Days of Future Past shit. Those are my favorite animated series episodes by far. I used to rewatch the shit out of those ones.
You know what? Who could have played a good Bishop? He was a five-time champ. You know, a friggin' or whatever. Booker T.
Oh yeah. Booker T would have been cool.
Yeah. That's so weird. Look at the way his jaw comes down. It's like he's got that Bruce Campbell chin.
I like his what do you call that? You wrap around your neck when it's winter? Scarf?
Oh, the cardigan or whatever that is, yeah. Or whatever that's called.
We're gonna make Bishop badass and then we're gonna give him a scarf. What is he fucking Steven Tyler with the scarf over here?
Hey man, it's cold in the future. But dude, look at the way the Japanese card art was.
Yeah.
With the X-shaped card. That is really kind of cool.
Quick draw weapon release.
All right, and then let's look at the back of the box, and then we'll go to Omega Ace's favorite character.
You were a black kid growing up, man, that would be badass to get a Bishop for Christmas. That's a good representation of just like a black badass action hero right there.
Yeah, a time traveler from the future that fucking is awesome. He can take any kind of hit of energy and redirect it. Well, yeah, as I was saying, this is Omega Ace's favorite character here, Omega Red.
Especially him and Cable. You know, it's like a badass team.
Oh, yeah, sure. Totally. It's like brainwashed Ken Masters taken over by Bison in the Cyber Eyes.
Why does Omega Ace kind of look like a robotic Sabretooth, you know? A little bit.
Oh, Omega Red?
Omega Ace. Omega. Why does Omega
I don't know. We should ask him that next time.
See what happens when our friends' names are the same goddamn thing as a fucking character? Oh yeah, why does Omega Red look like a robot's Sabretooth?
Or say I said Sabretooth, or it looks like Ken Masters. I mean, he's got the red outfit and everything. He's got the blonde hair. It's like this is what happens to him when he loses his son and wife.
Got the samurai hair. He would have fit in with like the Turtles or something.
He's got he's got that top knot. You know, the people who make fun of these days that like put their hair in the top. The hipster dudes.
Oh, what do they call that again? Like the man bun?
Yeah, the man bun. Yeah. Thunderbird. All right, here we go. We got Strong Guy. It's like Egon Spangler if he had roids. I'm getting tired of being picked on for being the smart guy in the group.
It's like what his mom called him when he was young. Come here, strong guy. I need some help lifting this. I need a strong guy.
Okay, let's see. Hold on. Let's see what chat's going on. Original Wolverine had pop-up calls. Okay, read that already. Forgot the jaw. Look at his eyes. Forget the jaw. Look at his eyes. I can't If I can't get my muscles back, I still want to cosplay as Warpath. That'd be cool, man. They both had the same code name, similar powers, but older brother died in Uncanny X-Men in issue 95. Russian android with Japanese top knot. He didn't. I don't think he came with anything. Strong Guy anyway. Just
Boyd says the scarf is a shamag. How do you say that? Shmag?
Schmog. Is it a ShamWow? Hey, look, it's Trimmer. We just talked about him in a previous episode, even though that's Tusk.
Yeah, how the hell Strong Guy don't come with anything, but he's got holes in his hands like some shit should go in there? What the fuck is this, Toy Biz?
I don't know. If I remember, there was a downside to Strong Guy's mutation. Yes, I think what it was is that he was very similar. I think he could take abuse and then he would get stronger to use it, but he never, I didn't remember correctly, it was he didn't know how to rechannel the thing. So he was stuck with that muscle that he couldn't dissipate that energy that he had built into him.
Okay, what is with Tusk's little midget homie here? What is with this?
That is, let me see.
Surprise attack mutant?
Yeah,
His gimmick, like, you think Tusk is gonna fuck somebody up, but then his surprise attack mutant comes out and kicks you in the nuts or something?
like a Jack in a Box. One of the Apocalypse's Dark Riders who pledged to cleanse the earth of the weak and unworthy. Tusk possesses the mutant ability to create smaller versions of himself, counterparts. So that's what you call it, a counterpart. And sends them against his enemies. His dwarfish doppelgangers also share in his mental power, enhancing strength and durability. Will only follow Tusk's will. Once loyal to Apocalypse, Tusk later moved on to serve the fiendish Strife, and now charts his own destiny. Okay. Anyway, but he looks like friggin' Trimmer from Spawn, even though since that character was before Spawn.
His little mutant, they called his little mutant guy is called Mustard Boy. Is his little
Mustard Boy. Well, no. Look, he looks like a pretzel. Remember the salt and everything we were talking about with frickin' Trimmer?
Salted mustard.
Yeah, he's
and his little Mustard Boy.
Yeah, it's salted caramel with salt sprinkles. All right. So yeah, I remember the gimmick for this character. You could put his little minion or the one he could make in his back and hide him.
What's that spicy mustard called? Is it like Dijon or what? No, what's it called? The Grey Poupon? His little friend Grey Poupon.
It's caramel pretzel and Great Poupon.
Look at him on his back like that. That's hilarious.
X-Men version of Knick Knack. Let me see. That's right. Soldiers wear them. They use them for their face. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about that. Runs up and midget punches in the nuts. Yeah, he's Nut Puncher. That's what his name is. Stone ground mustard. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Of course, this is the stealth commando Wolverine. I always thought this figure looked cool, but I was just like, oh my god, really? He's got all these weapons and stuff.
Codename Salted
Caramel.
Caramel.
Yeah, the caramel. Oh my god, his face looks horrible. I don't remember my figure looking that bad. Oh my god, that's horrible. He looks like he had
This is a very like.
he had a
This
stroke.
is a very Todd McFarlane accessory set with him. You know, this is a
Yes.
very like.
Oh my god, hold on, let's see. Warpath's brother changed his code name to Thunderbird. John Proudstar. His brother was James Proudstar. Dijon and Poupon. There you go.
Dude, this Wolverine face looks full on bootleg, and it's not, which is funny.
Right.
That looks like a bootleg Wolverine.
Look at that weapon spew right there, man. That's classic stuff right there.
Also, what does he see with his little sunglasses there? You can see like Jean Grey nude.
Yeah, they're
Like,
X-ray. They're supposed to be goggles, but they're just black. He looks like Ben Stiller.
It's like he's got a bunch of scissors, like he's got a barber set, you know?
Yeah. He doesn't need his claws. He comes with a can opener set. I guess this guy never has to look for a can opener.
You can see Rogue nude with that bubble booty.
The bubble booty. Yeah, he that was his only mutant ability he wanted, was be able to see through walls and clothing.
They kind of made Rogue's hair look like that country western singer Bonnie Raitt. Why did they give Rogue Bonnie Raitt hair?
I don't
Let's
know.
get talk about.
All right, so chat-wise, let's see. He looks so confused. He looks like Ben Stiller. Every one of these figures looked exactly like that. Midlife crisis Wolverine, midlife counterpart. Oh my god, I can't take this. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. All right, here you go. He looks like a villain from frickin' Silverhawks.
Ahab?
Yeah, Ahab. Yeah. But you look at him. He looks like he would be from Silverhawks. Silverhawks.
Yeah, he does. Like
With-
the one red dude that like with interchangeable heads.
Yeah, Monstar or whatever his name was. Yeah.
Hey Vince, BRB.
All right. So let's see. That's Ahab. And then we got the Brood. The Wolverine of Fleet Street. Ahab the Mutant Hunter. Dad, I remember you getting this figure, thinking it was cool. I don't even know. You know, I don't even know what happened to half of the X-Men stuff that you had purchased. I know we probably sold it, or some of it had gotten stolen. Yep, this is the Xenomorph of the Marvel Universe. The only thing I remember about this figure, too, was the fact that, like, the tail was a soft plastic. If I remember correctly. Ahab looks like MODOK got his groove back. Okay. A lot of Brood looks halfway decent. Yeah, it's really good. It's a really nice figure. A Brood playset with a Brood Queen would have been awesome. Yeah. And here you go. This is the Optic Blast. Cyclops. Had this figure. I know that he's not Zombie's favorite, but I enjoyed a Cyclops. I was actually this Cyclops for Halloween one year. I wish we had the costume pictures from that, Dad. Right? To avoid lawsuit, you know, kids poked themselves in the eye with the tails and claws. Sold some, gave some away, donated them with the Spidey figures to Toys, Toss for Toys, or Toys for Toss, sorry. Yep, too much of a Boy Scout for me, but still, I like him more than Superman. Hey, Ruby. Man, that Japanese card art is so awesome. What? Look at the reject G.I. Joe. Rejected G.I. Joe reject. You know, Colin, that backpack looks like it would have been part of a G.I. Joe thing, honestly. I don't know why he needed a backpack. It's like radio antenna and something. I have no clue. And why does he need a gun? What is this? Why does he need a gun? But here you go. Kid Masters with 4 fingers. I wanted the Wolverine transformed into a Brood figure. Oh yeah, well remember, Dad, they do have that now. You can get that figure for the Marvel Legends. Yeah, the Japanese card art always ruled. That would be cool too, Floyd. Alright, so long shot. I remember there's a moment in time where I had this haircut. And it made my dad super excited because it was one of his favorite characters. Exactly, the same reason they gave Mega Man a gun in the first 2 box arts. This frickin' version of Longshot. Professor Xavier. Yep, there's the derp face again. Yep. Very true. It's this. See, this isn't Professor X. This is Captain Picard on the bridge, the captain's chair. He's got all the communicator stuff there. The other thing about this figure too is like he's only half the man he used to be, because like if you take this thing apart, which my dad did, he has like no legs, and it pissed my dad off so much. He was like, because he wanted to put him in the classic wheelchair, and he had gotten a wheelchair that would work for this figure, but he had no legs. Oh man, I just remember you taking it apart, Dad. It's hilarious. Okay, that one had a lot of potential. He always called the Riker #1 status report. Oh, that's great. And the new version that you can get is coming out. Like you can, you can pre-order it on Big Bad Toy Store. Secret control panels. That's his gimmick. Steamroller. All I can think of is Maximum Overdrive with the steamroller when it starts crushing all the kids. All right, here you go. Here's your more classic, or more, well, not classic. This is your second version of Sabretooth. Still much better figure, except for you have the puppet face or the puppet mouth. Snarl and swiping action. I remember when on Halloween, one person that you were, yes, I know, you had literally made me Cyclops' outfit from the cartoon, and then they're like, "Are you the BK Kids dude?" No, I guess you don't read or watch cartoons, or read comics or watch cartoons. He offers Speedstar steam-rolling service. Put a green goblin face on in front of it. All right, so number 6. Here we go. We got Beast here. Wow, VidKid, KidVid oversight. Yeah, that's what someone thought it was. I know exactly. I wish we had the pictures. Like, I was Iron Man one year. I was Cyclops. I was the Flash. I was Luke from both A New Hope and Return of the Jedi. I was Ben Reilly or Scarlet Spider. I still have the mask for Scarlet Spider somewhere, but my cat had taken out the mesh part for the eyes. I'd have to kind of get it redone or something, or resew it myself. What the what? Hey, look, it's a merman. What's that flippin' beast? Yeah, it's Beast Dad. With his dumbbell or whatever his. You can put him on the ceiling. That's not going to hold onto that, or glass. Yeah, I used to have the. So we bought a hoodie that my dad had cut out the sleeves for, and then he dyed it blue with food, with the dye for with paint and stuff for the fabric paint, and then it got melted years later. I had it like all the way up until like high school. No, it was like well after that. I think it was like maybe like 2000 something, and it sat under a lamp and it melted the fabric, and so I had to throw it away. Hey, look, it's Zartan. It's the Zartan equivalent for the X-Men. Good old Morph. Kind of looks like Martin Short there. And it's so lame, right? He's like, oh yeah, we're gonna take a generic body, we're gonna give him characters' heads, so then you could make variants to your favorite X-Men. This is the attic version of Morph. Mutant shapeshifting. All were costumes, custom made costume. Yeah, homemade. My dad would sit there and take like a couple months to like sew stuff together and make our costumes. One of my favorite Beast moments, they were trying to escape the Shi'ar ship and he struggled to hold the door open. I'll help you, Beast. Wolverine struggles too. It was the thought that counted. I even made them have light effects. Yep, you did. We took apart those light things that we had that you clicked and pushed in. The dome lights and stuff. Good old random. It's like load his middle finger and he shoots the bird. Well, Zombie, the good thing is like you could, like we get to do that for our kids now. Like I want to try to do some stuff too for my son. We got to figure out what he wants to be for Halloween this year. Silva Samurai. Hey, look, it's Jean-Luc Picard. Otherwise, I could have been Green Lantern like I wanted. Well, my dad's always said if I get in shape, like, you know, actually good shape, and like lose some weight and put on a little bit of muscle, he would make me a Thor costume. Number 1, please help me take this mask off. Look at this. The figure is drawn to have hair. He looks like Rao from Fist of the North Star. But when you actually look at the figure, he looks like frickin' Jean-Luc Picard. It's Patrick Stewart. What is this? It's false advertisement, man. Rao the Conqueror. Alright. Trevor Fitzroy. Sometimes I would enlist my grandmother's help. Oh, my grandmother's help. But I always had to make the damn gloves. Yes, I remember that, Dad. Why would you just have your yellow butt painted on the back of you? Just keep it blue all the way through. I don't understand. I mean, the translucent, like, force shields are cool. Futuristic crystal battle armor. I mean, the drawing of his head looks good there, but, like, I don't know, they just seems like they cheaped out on the face. Alright, so let's see. It's another Wolverine with, what is this? The robotic arm robotic arm weapons created by various Reavers. The exact duplicate of Wolverine. Albert gains real feelings in his electronic accident now. Okay, I don't even know who this guy is, other than he's not Wolverine. So, Dad, are they doing the whole death and return to Superman here, but with Wolverine? So this is your cyborg Wolverine. We need the Eradicator energy version of Wolverine and one John Henry Irons. Robot Wolverine. Don't give me those smart costumes. Perfect way to die in Arizona. Those are so bad. So many toys out there. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we just did that one. We need to go to number 7. They just did a Build-A-Figure for him, like, I think, what, 2 years ago? Bonebreaker? That was pretty cool. His face looks like an actor, and I can't put it to words at the moment which actor that looks like. I made my grandson, Vince's nephew, Captain America, 3 versions of Link, Leon from Resident Evil, Snake Eyes, Green Lantern with glowing ring. Yep. You still have all the photos for those, though, don't you, Dad? I can always post that at some point. It's pretty awesome. Who has more variants, Wolverine or Batman? I would say Batman, because it's like Arctic Freeze Batman, Sonar Batman. I'm going to leave Chode there for Ryan. We'll come back to Chode, because that was one of the big talking points about this.
Oh, just in time for Chode. I'm back.
Oh, okay. All right. Here we go. We got Chode right here.
I gotta make sure we don't skip Chode.
No, I'm not gonna skip the Chode. Everybody's gotta have the Chode.
I want to go over both variations of Chode.
All right, let's go. He's kind of like the creature from the Black Lagoon Frogman version of Abomination, but yeah, this is Chode. He has a post on.
What does he have on his back? A squirrel or a bird?
I think it's an owl, isn't it? Like his owl buddy or a cat, owl cat thingy. Let's see. Reptilian from Battles of Keen Intellect and Heroic Heart. Once a slave has gained his freedom. It doesn't say. Dad, who's his companion? The one on his shoulder.
Yeah, and why'd they just make him white, like unpainted? That shoulder thing. It's like
lame. I mean, like cheaping out on the detail of the figure.
Looking like a turtle dove from Home Alone 2. You know how I feel about that.
Most of them I wanted. Oh yeah. So Colin said, who has the more variants, Wolverine or Batman? I said Batman because Batman had a lot, especially for the animated line. Most of them I wanted to have him Robin, but he wouldn't have it. When I dressed up as Thor while working at Spirits, was shocked by how many kids believed it despite my hair. Another friend of mine was Iron Man. A lot of kids went to meet us, and it was like working at Disney or working for Disney.
Do you think any kids like put on their, imagine like on their Christmas list it just said Chode? That's one of the things they wanted, you know? It's like Hot Wheels. What are the ones called that like you charge up and drive on? Power Wheels?
Yep.
Yeah, like
Power Wheels, video games. It's like I want Chode.
Hot Wheels, Power Wheels, Ninja Turtles, and Chode. Chode was like the exact moment you knew they were running out of characters to do for ToyBiz. Like once you put Chode out, you know you're hitting like bottom of barrel characters at this point.
So Killoon here looks like a character from the Thundercats.
Yeah. Also, what was the difference of the variations of Chode? I want to cover that.
Oh, I don't know if they have it on here.
I don't want to neglect Chode.
I mean, there was the flesh colored Chode. No, sorry. All right,
the unpainted
the unpainted Chode. swashbuckling action with his leg broken. You see his leg? It's broken. The peg is about to. Yeah, you need him for the Spelljammers. That's true. Because he was white in the comic. That's what that said.
By the way, Bonebreaker and his little baby tank. I mean, not that intimidating. He looks kind of like he's just like handicapped. You know, Bonebreaker. He's not breaking any bones in that. Like,
the bone breaking was when he ran over somebody with his treads.
Yeah, can we pull up Bonebreaker for a second?
Yeah. I talked about the fact that this figure got a re-release for the Marvel Legends as a Build-A-Figure. I'm trying to look. He looks like an actor, and I can't place it at the moment.
Bonebreaker's when, like, your mom doesn't know if you like G.I. Joe or X-Men, so she just gets you Bonebreaker. Because it kind of looks like...
You can definitely use him as a Cobra stooge that they built.
He kind of looks like Mr. Clean, a little bit. Mr. Clean, Mr.
I love how
Clean.
his eyebrows are raised like Jack Nicholson. Look at this, like right here.
You know what? I'm glad you're dead.
Bob,
you're honest, too. Yeah.
Number one guy.
You're my number one guy.
Let's see. Hold on. What did Zombie say? Whenever there's a giant character, it usually has a small partner, like the Imperial Guard robot.
I think the underrated Nicholson line in a Batman '89 is the balloons tantrum. He stole my balloon.
Where does he get such wonderful toys? Anyway, look at Rogue. She looks like she just saw something she was shocked by.
Let's give him something to talk about. Bonnie Raitt, Rogue. A little mystery. Can we pull up Bonnie Raitt, please, just to show what I'm talking about here? Pull up '90s Bonnie Raitt for me, and let's put her next to Rogue for a second here.
Oh, no, 90s.
So we can be the one toy channel to do this. We're putting Rogue up with Bonnie Raitt, god damn it, because I say so. Because we're going to give them something to talk about, literally.
Hold on, let me pull her up right now. I'm looking for
a little mystery to figure out.
Bonnie Raitt. 90s.
People keep talking about people.
Image.
Laugh just a little too loud. Let's give them something to talk about.
I'm so gonna get. We're Ryan. You're mimicking her voice is gonna get a strike here. All right.
We gotta do like a Rogue action figure singing that song.
Yeah, like right there. You're talking about because of the white streak in her hair.
Yeah. Can we put her next to Rogue?
No, I can't. I can flip between the two. But
okay, let's see.
There you go. We'll pull that picture right there, and then we'll go back to her. Hold on, close that.
I bet you somebody else has done it. What if you looked up Bonnie Raitt Rogue? Somebody else must have done it before. Just Bonnie Raitt Rogue.
Nothing comes up for that title, but hold on. Let me look. Hold on. I'm doing Rogue X-Men. Yep, here we go. There's somebody who did do it. Wow. on Reddit, so apparently.
Somebody else is as crazy as me. Somebody else did it.
Yeah. Somebody has a wild and crazy imagination.
Weird, wild stuff. I did not know that, man.
All right.
You know that?
All right. Here we go. See, like I'll just fix my spelling here. There you go.
Weird, wild stuff. Let's see that. Let's see that Bonnie Raitt Rogue. Weird, wild stuff.
There you go. Interesting. All right. Cool. Let's go back to surprised rogue.
Colin says dead on. At least Colin agrees with me. Let's give him something to talk about, Colin.
Okay.
A little mystery to figure out.
So, let's see. Let me look at this. All right. Chat. Put Jason Statham and Kevin Durant in the tank. And yeah, I could see that as Bone Breaker. I could see those guys. All right. And then, like, Max Headrome. Yes. Yeah, I could see that, too. I could see that. Designing Women Rogue. Chode's pet was called Kree. It was an intelligent being. It can only communicate with Chode, however, often rode upon his shoulder. All right.
So you're telling me he rides on the Chode?
Yeah, he rides on the Chode. Yes, he does. I just like, she looks so, I just can't stand the fact that she just looks like something surprised her. This is the
Gambit's you saw Gambit's deck of cards.
Yeah. He pulled out his
full deck.
He pulled out his staff, and she was like, "Whoa!"
Pulled out his joke.
Yucca. I remember this figure. He looks like, you know what? For those guys who are Final Fantasy fans, he looks like Go-Go just a little bit. Just take the head. He's gonna mimic stuff.
I thought he was looking like Imperial Guard, or whatever you call it.
Well, that's true. That's true too. That is true too. I think he is commenting on your Johnny Carson.
We're gonna watch Snoke get sliced in half. Weird, wild stuff.
All
with
right.
the Imperial Guard. Man.
You're a large guy.
Not normal.
All right, here you go. See, look, no plastic leather jacket. It's just molded onto the figure. I appreciate you doing these type of streams and getting to learn. Yeah, no problem, Jason. Anytime, man. These are fun. It's been a long time since I've really kind of looked at some of these figures.
They'll be good for people that want to learn and also like figuring out what you want to buy from each figure, each toy line. You can kind of use it as like a video checklist.
Wolverine looks like he's going to turn into the Wolfman. Or he shaved his face, so you just need to kick him in the nards. Wolfman's got nards. His wolf dork. Damn, his arm's about to fall off. See that, Ryan? When it comes up.
Like was originally Bass Pro Shop Wolverine.
Yeah.
Going in for some fishing rods.
He's going in for a 6-pack of beer. He's gonna watch. It's football Sunday. Wolverine. He has some ass. He has more of an ass than Rogue. He does.
Kind of like, you know what it is? It's fucking Jack Torrance Wolverine, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Or Jack from what was it? Wolf. Yeah, but only played with Logan during the winter. Yeah. This is the only. Yeah, if you're ever outside with your, because normally you don't want Logan wearing a jacket because he's going to get hot, because it's hot here in Texas or in most places. You only want to play this one in the winter, outside, in the snow.
Wendy, I'm not gonna hurt you. Just bash your head in. Just gonna bash it the fuck in.
All right, so let's look. We can look at the There you go. We'll look at your space suit. This is an exclusive KB. This is why you knew this figure, because it was only exclusive to KB. But look, this is Wolverine. I can't do anything in this. This is like him doing his impression of the little kid from A Christmas Story. After he's got all the jackets and everything that his mom put him in.
Fucking NASA Wolverine, dude. Get out of here. 2001 fucking A Space Odyssey Wolverine over here. He can't wipe his own ass in that suit, that's for sure.
No, he can't scratch his back. He's like, oh my god, I can't do anything. And look, apparently the guys who did this, they lost the helmet. So, I mean, that's obviously something that got lost with this figure.
Even his face looks pissed. Like, who the fuck put this suit on me? Look at his face, dude.
He does look pissed off.
Look how mad he is.
Oh, man. Yeah,
Fucking space.
If he wasn't in the series, Dad, that we were looking at, I'm going to find him. It only goes up to Series 7. It seems like there's missing some figures from the lines. But hold on. Here you go. Here's Cable. We didn't get a good look at Cable at all. See, he looks like Rucker Hauer a little bit right there.
By the way, I prefer that Sabretooth with the brown.
Oh,
I
yeah,
like
yeah. I'll go back to that one. We already did him for the main line when you left. But
yeah.
Cable 3.
And I actually prefer the other Cable to this one, the one with the machine gun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, it's the Merc with a mouth. With his retracting sword, his I'm gonna shank you blade.
Oh, this is the third Cable.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Cable was moving units with the third variation here.
He was pumping iron. He was like, I'd pump you up.
Rob Liefeld was like, give me Spider-Man without giving me Spider-Man.
Yeah. And see, this is the Deadpool that, you know, look, he still has the anklet. So I mean, like, he found a way to not have to draw ankles. He's got the sweat.
Can you give me a Samurai Spider-Man, please?
Here you go. This is the Age of Apocalypse Magnus.
Okay, let me
Magneto.
also do a shots fired. By the time we got to this card art, I do not care for this, Vince.
Yeah.
Weird, wild stuff. I do not care for this card art.
Yeah, it was very, very generic. Like, Wolverine was the character that everyone wanted to enjoy, I guess. So that's what they.
This Magneto, like Beauty and the Beast Magneto over here, I do not care for this either.
My dad had this figure, and I always thought it was weird. He had the metal glove.
I don't know if this is like Magneto or he's like a hairstylist by day, and he's, you know what I mean, like.
This is the fairy tale Magneto. With his big
this
hand.
Is Magneto.
He's like,
Hans Christian Andersen.
take my strong hand, Magneto. Yeah, there's a lot of figures missing. There are, Dad. We don't need to see Robot Wolverine.
That looks ridiculous with the big hand.
The big
like
hand.
The bitch.
Yeah. What do the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap.
Dude, that is absurd.
Here you go.
With
Here's
the claw.
Here's your third Sabretooth. This was the first one. I can dance if you want to. Leave your friends behind.
Oh, this is like a decrepit Sabretooth, like a Sabretooth with polio. What's going on with this Sabretooth, bro?
I have no clue, dude. This is when they started getting really weird with the line. They were starting to introduce more of the articulation, but it was some really inconsistencies with the figures. I have no clue who the Mini-Me is.
It's like Carnival Roadshow Sabretooth.
Sabretooth and Wild Child. Who that was.
Not a good.
No, not good at all.
This figure is rated not a good.
And that the screwed of Wild Child. They screwed Wild Child. Yeah. Here we go. This is I think the 4th version of or 3rd version of Apocalypse. This is the start of just before he went into the whole Onslaught stuff. Still not a bad figure, but
doing too much. It's like
overkill. There's too much going on. I mean, it's still a decent figure. Like to say, if you wanted it, where you have a figure in the background that represents Apocalypse, you can literally just have him there. You know, because like just from the top up, he's fine, but the bottom it looks just a little off, especially with the I can't remember what that was. The Shadow King, yeah.
Yeah, by the time they got to this card art, like, what the hell? Like, and why is this Wolverine? See, they're just going with, like, let's just slap Wolverine on every one of these. Like,
we gotta have some version of Wolverine. Like, look at this one. Like, look at the eye. It looks like it's off. Let me see if there's a. Yeah, they just used the same edge. Never mind. This is but look at the box. They changed the box on it. And it made the weapons he came with as freaking black instead of the chrome painting on it. Let me see. So, but we did get Cannonball. Remember we got this one. But okay, so hear me out, Zombie. If you're still here, this is the Simon Belmont from Captain N. He just needs a backpack, his whip, and a mirror. And you can totally turn this into Simon Belmont. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. No, this was from an alternate reality where Legion killed his father, Xavier. Okay. So they're just starting to re-release figures here. Hold on, let's go to 5. Hey, look, we got Chode again. We got Chode.
No more Chode.
Ryan, is your Chode protected? Is it in its plastic or protective cover?
I don't see what the variations that showed are. What's the difference?
I haven't found it. But here you go. This is the Corsair. Oh my. Am I wrong about that Cannonball Zombie? Just turning that into Simon Belmont? Even down to that jacket? Hilarious. I gotta pick up that figure and try to do that. Omega Red, Wolverine with his helmet, so skip that one. Alright, let's see. Canadian 2-packs. Here you go, this is that.
Canadian.
There you go, there's
Canadian
that. Cable.
You got Canadian.
What, Ryan? Canadian what?
You say Canadian Tupac?
Yeah, Tupac. Tupac's.
Love. Canadian love. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Canada, gonna start a party.
Holy crap. Look at I forgot how bad that Colossus figure was. I mean, the Angel's not bad, or the Archangel, but that Colossus is horrible. It's like he's so roided out that like if he needed to go to the bathroom, he couldn't take off his pants at all.
Let's see.
It's coming up.
Ridiculous, dude. Who would want that figure?
I don't know.
It sucks.
It's bad, dude. It's really bad. And I don't even know what this like War Machine type thing where he's got the cannon here and these shoulder pads. I don't.
Man, ToyBiz was fucking up at this point.
But like that. Let me see if they don't have a picture of it, do they? Nope. But let's see. Oh, that's horrible. Because that Wolverine sucks, but the that Juggernaut wasn't too bad. Let's see.
You ever get to the Blob?
No, I didn't. Like that was some of the stuff that was missing. I'm trying to see.
Nothing moves the Blob.
Here, we'll do it like this. All right, there you go, Wubs. If you're still here, there's your Mystique, which was just repainted Rogue. She looks like she's gonna watch some workout videos. She's got this sweat headband on her.
So should we jump to some of like play sets or what's the X-Men plane called again? The
Blackbird.
Blackbird.
Yeah.
That's one I still want, the Blackbird.
Okay, let's see. Here we go. Here's one accessory. Oh. I don't even remember that, honestly. The Danger Room with blocks.
Highway to the Danger Room.
Perfect hit activities.
That's pretty lame right there.
Yeah.
I'm not
feeling that one either. Let's look at the next page. The ads on this page are horrible. X-Men headquarters. I do remember this. We never owned it, but I remember seeing it.
Highway to the Danger Room.
Came in like a wrecking ball. Yeah.
Are Maverick and Goose in the Danger Room?
So is Lana.
The Iceman.
Featuring the Danger Room. You know, that's what I should have done at the beginning of this episode is, welcome, true believers. Done my best version impression of Stan Lee. I do remember this. This was a letdown toy. It's kind of like a giant Shogun warrior.
I have this Sentinel. It's all right. The stickers are kind of lame, but without the stickers, I think it's kind of cool for the time.
Oh yeah, we're being able to like have the damage and stuff for him.
Yeah.
Stop the insanity. Sentinel bot. Interactive CD-ROM. Anyway, let's see. What is this? Oh, this is the Weapon X Lab.
It's an interactive CD-ROM before like most kids had a computer in their house. Like 96, really? No. Did you have a PC in 96 in your house?
Oh yeah. We had like one, and we've always had a PC in my house. Just because of my, because of the work my dad did and stuff. Or I usually it's one of the things, because I played a lot of PC games.
But I mean, like the one that really popped off for Windows was like Windows 98, right? That's when it really got popularized by Windows 98 in everybody's house
Well, we had
for
like
PC.
95 and before that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Wolverine Combat Cave. Doesn't look like a cave to me. Maybe a cage.
Yeah, that is lame too. Ugh.
Let's see.
What's going on with these, man?
Well, they went into a weird direction like this. You got the, what is this? Hold on. Let's get it back over there. Action playsets. Deep Space Battleship. Okay. And then you got this. This is a part of that small figure line stuff they were doing. Battle Action Mega Armor. Wolverine. This is the X-Men Battle Base. What the hell is this? I don't remember this at all.
Dude, the one that was weird. Remember I had the commercial for the one. It's like a water play set, and it fills with like water.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna see if I could find that because
it's pretty epic looking.
Yeah, I remember all the multi packs and stuff with the figures. I'm kind of let down though. This doesn't have everything because, like, yeah, you're missing the Blob. There's quite a few figures that were not in this wave. Because I remember this. Hold on, let me go back. It's this one. This version of Gambit that came out, which is what they should have done with the original for the first art, like with the molded jacket.
Yeah.
The cool feature about him was he had a little bitty light here that lit up his cards. Yep, I remember this line. The light up weapon. And then yeah, you had yep, because you had Elektra, Juggernaut, this was a pretty good Juggernaut figure because you could take off the helmet. The only downside is like that's part of the problem with these figures is like they would mold these in some other plastic and stuff, and then they would just paint them over. Like it looks like this was blue underneath. Gonna dip back to the studio. Have fun. Thanks, Colin. Have a good one.
Later, Colin.
Let's see. And you got a better Nightcrawler here. I just remember like my dad and us hunting these figures down when they came up with better versions. Specifically remember the light up sword. I don't remember some of the paint jobs being so bad. I don't think so either, Dad. I think it's just because of the fact that these are from somebody's collection. They just didn't get some good stuff. Like, try to get some good figures. Yep, I remember Psylocke. She had the light up weapon. Totally remember that. That was a good figure. Yeah, Mojo's missing. Yep, I remember. Let me see if it pops up, because there's a lot of figures we're starting to see now. Let me see. Yeah, there's Polaris, which is another repaint of Rogue. Yep, this is the when Angel started. Yep, here we go. So like you had Eric the Red, you had Havoc, and this is like Iceman 2, which is one of my favorite Icemans. I love that translucent blue. I had him for the
Yeah.
longest time. And they gave him this like frosted look and stuff. Forearm is missing. There you go. Yep, Spiral.
Do we want to jump to the Blackbird?
Yeah, let me see if I can find that real quick. Oh yeah, remember these? These are those beast ones. I remember those. Okay, hold on. I gotta do this real quick. This is the other one I had. This is the other cool Iceman figure. Right here. Where he's all crystallized. Okay. So let me find the Blackbird, see if it's on here. Hey, look, it's Nemesis.
It almost looks like the crystallized Iceman looks like Killer Instinct.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
Glacier. Yeah, Glacier, yeah. There's your
Yeah.
onslaught figure, which is badass.
Cinder.
Gladiator. Yeah, we're starting to see more of the figures that weren't showing up, Dad, in the series. That's crazy. Alright, hold on. Where is it at? I remember those. We used to have that freaking mech there. Oh my god. This is pure nostalgia for me right here. All this shit.
Nothing can stop the blob.
Iceman, Sauron. Sorry, we're going really fast through this. See figures you had, just pause it.
We can't cover the whole thing. It's too much to cover. We
There's
covered the
so much. Yeah, there's so much. And I don't
main
think
important.
they didn't have a lot of the stuff though. I mean, that's kind of crazy. Okay, here you go. Here we go. Blackbird.
Plus, by this stage, like some of them stunk at this point. You know.
Some of them did. Some of them were hit and miss. There you go. There's your Blackbird.
Yeah, I'd like to find the Blackbird and then the water playset. That is that really cool commercial that I show.
Mm-hmm. There's the box, man.
Man, I'd love to have that in my collection. The Blackbird. Son of a bitch. I want that.
Yeah, here's the Water Wars version of Iceman. This one was cool. I had this one. This just sucks though because he didn't have any legs. No legs. It was just all freaking like this ice golem. Okay, so it's not even on here. Let me see if I can find it. Water Wars playset.
Man, they went just crazy with the ice.
ToyBiz, X-Men, Water Wars. There it is. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna pull it over. Copy and paste. Yep. Here you go. Here's your. Oh wait, no, don't do that. Don't do that. No. Go back. Go back. We're not clicking on videos here. Trying to look for a better image of the playset, but let's do that. There you go, Ryan. Got Wolverine driving. Gambit's like, no. I have no clue what Nightcrawler's doing.
Holy shit, $150?
Is it? Is that what it said? $150?
The cool part is the middle would fill up with water. See that?
Yeah, yeah. And then you could squirt it out with the play feature.
X-Men Water Wars. Pretty good.
Well, and then, okay, we're at this point now, guys, so you can definitely still get X-Men toys, and they're really good right now on Big Bad Toy Store. One of the big things that we're looking forward to from the X-Men stuff, for one, is to be able to get your
Wolverine.
Yep. You also got your
Nude Rogue coming out.
Yep. There's that Professor Xavier I was talking about.
The Nude Rogue is sold out though, guys.
Hey, look, Xavier can walk.
You can no longer get the Nude Rogue.
And then let's see. Actually, I was gonna go to the Secret Wars because those are great figures. But yeah, you can get your nice, awesome Wolverine from Wolverine, Deadpool Wolverine.
Customer service rep Xavier. Thank you for calling X-Men Corporation. How may I help you today?
I just want to drink Wolverine with head full.
And look how far we've come. Can we see a close-up of the facial likeness of Hugh Jackman?
Which one?
Look how far we've come, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's just get a facial.
You want a facial? You want a facial of him?
Oh!
Oh, it's not working. Hold on. Let's see if I can find a good picture of his face.
Man, we've come a long way when that looks that close to an actor.
Oh yeah, the scans that they do for these figures is amazing.
Can you zoom in all the way to the face?
Nah, it won't let me get that close.
On the fuck, bitch.
There you go. That's about as close as I'm gonna get. But then you got, let's go down here. You can always get, your Wolverine and Sabretooth here. 2-pack. Got his Xavier cards. And then also, we were talking about this earlier. Here you go, Dad. Here's your Brood Wolverine.
Hell no, Floyd. Hell no.
What did you say? Hold on. Fire missing acolyte as for. So Ryan wants a facial from Hugh. No. All right, hold on. Let's see. You got your weapon of vengeance Wolverine here with his flaming animanium skull and claws. What are you looking at, bub? You got your West Coast Avengers right there.
So tell them coming up next weekend what coincides with the podcast and the toy line we're doing.
Yeah, we can do that. All right. So let me minimize all this. Get my screen back up so I can see everything once I pop this down. All right, everyone. So next week on Saturday, I will be doing a live episode with Ty Lord, Zombie, and Retro Tiburon. We're going to be talking about our favorite, and my dad. Can't forget my dad. We're going to be talking about horror shark movies. But to go with that, on Sunday, we're going to be talking about the Street Sharks toy line as our next toy coverage. So I'm looking up there, and my camera's right here in front of me. So, but yeah,
Awesome.
Jawsome. We definitely got to talk about the fact of like how Van Diesel was the spokesperson for the toy line before it came out. Before he was Mr. Dominic Toretto. But yeah, we hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I had a blast covering the X-Men ToyBiz toy line, going through each figure, the likes, dislikes, and commenting them on the toys and the comics and everything, and the cartoon. We didn't even go into the movies and how bad some of those are. Some of them were good, some not. Looking forward to the X-Men finally showing up in the Marvel DC universe. We'll see how that goes. But
X-Men is a game. X-Men.
But all right, guys. Well, we'll catch you next Sunday for the next collector's toy showcase. In the meantime, everyone have a great week, and we'll see y'all later. Peace, guys.
Peace, guys.